Welcome to Programming News. It is August 14, 2026. Today, we are looking at why a 16-year-old bug in a ubiquitous database caused major outages for Tailscale, how Vercel is turning AI agents into programmable infrastructure, and the latest security patches for the NET ecosystem. We start with a deep dive into a technical investigation that took 6 months to resolve. Last year, Tailscale engineers began noticing serious database corruption issues within their mesh networks. This was particularly confusing because Tailscale uses SQLite to manage its data, and while they were taking snapshots to an S3 bucket every few minutes, those backups were coming up corrupted without any obvious trigger or recent code changes. After ruling out common culprits like mismanaged memory or broken POSIX locks, the team collaborated with the maintainers of SQLite. To find the source, they had to build a custom logging tool specifically designed to track virtual file system activity. That investigation eventually uncovered a bug that has been sitting dormant in the SQLite source code for 16 years. The issue is located within SQLite's write-ahead log mechanism, often called WAL mode. In a typical setup, a data race can occur during the checkpointing process, which is when the database moves data from the log into the main file if there are multiple connections open. Specifically, a collision can happen between a write transaction and a checkpoint. This collision causes the system to incorrectly assume certain pages have been successfully moved to the main database file when they actually haven't. This leaves the database in a corrupted state. Now, it is important to note that this bug has existed since version 3.7.0, but it is highly unlikely to affect most standard deployments. That is because most users rely on SQLite's built-in automatic checkpointing, which manages this process safely. Tailscale's implementation was different. They had implemented manual control over the checkpointing process to allow for more aggressive and consistent backups. It was this specific optimization, intended to improve data reliability, that inadvertently opened the door for this long-hidden race condition to trigger. Moving from the plumbing of databases to the evolution of AI, Vercel has announced that its V0 AI application building agent is now generally available through a new API and SDK. For those who haven't used it, V0 is a tool that uses AI to generate application code based on prompts. Previously, this was primarily a standalone web interface, but Vercel is now allowing developers to integrate these agentic workflows directly into their own products and CI/CD pipelines. Through this new API, developers can send prompts to programmatically generate or modify application files. The system runs the resulting code in a Vercel sandbox and returns a preview URL. The API is designed to handle various request types, including synchronous, asynchronous, and streaming. The streaming capability is particularly interesting for developers because it exposes the actual actions the agent is taking in real time. Things like file reads, edits, searches, and even bash commands or tool calls. To keep things organized, the API treats applications as a series of chats. By using a unique chat ID, a developer can maintain state across multiple messages, allowing for an iterative process where the AI modifies an existing application rather than just starting from scratch every time. You can also feed the agent existing GitHub repositories, zip archives, or specific sets of files to give it context. This effectively turns the V0 agent into a piece of programmable infrastructure that can be embedded into larger automated development workflows. Finally, a reminder for those working in the Microsoft ecosystem, the August 2026 servicing updates for NET are now available. Microsoft has released critical security patches for NET 10, NET 9, and NET 8, as well as the older NET framework. These updates address a range of vulnerabilities, including remote code execution, elevation of privilege, and denial of service attacks. Because these patches cover ASP.NET Core and Entity Framework Core as well, it is a significant update for anyone running web applications or database-driven services. Microsoft recommends that developers update their runtimes and container images to the latest patched versions, specifically 10.0.11, 9.0.19, or 8.0.30, to mitigate these risks. As we move toward a landscape where more development is handled by automated, agent-driven systems, the stability of the underlying tools, like SQLite, becomes even more critical to the systems we build.